Welcome to another one of my walking in lecture topics. And before I get into today's lecture, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone for supporting my channel. My YouTube channel will not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture. And the focus of this lecture is don't get a side hustle job just to go in deeper debt. Do not get a side hustle job just to continue to go in debt. Because if you really talk to people and listen to people, most people have their primary job and they got some kind of side hustle or some kind of second stream of income in addition to their primary job. Prior to me retiring September of 2023, I've always had 2 or 3 streams of income, and I've had side jobs throughout my working history. But whenever I have had a side hustle or second job or part-time job, another stream of income, I had a purpose for doing that. With that extra side hustle, to pay off debt. I paid off my mortgage early to increase my financial portfolio, to increase money going into your emergency savings account. And that was the purpose of me using my side hustle money. But, in listening to a lot of people who have 2 jobs, a full-time job and a side hustle, I just listen to people. And one of the things I'm noticing is they'll still be talking about how they're still in debt. They're drowning in a sea of debt. And I'm just listening. But then on the flip side, I hear them talking about how they use this side hustle money to continue with their hyper spending. You're defeating the purpose. If you're got a side hustle, and you're still out there doing all this hyper spending, shopping like it's no tomorrow, and weekend trips, and creating new debt, and still swiping the credit card, you're defeating the purpose. You really are defeating the purpose of working these extra hours. Folks are working, in some cases, 80 hours a week between 2 jobs, and your financial situation still ain't got no better, because you gotta change your mindset. And I literally have listened to people who have a side hustle, a second job, and they still behind in their bills. They're still getting late notices. So nothing has changed. They still have no money in their emergency savings account. They still have barely enough money for gas in between paychecks. And I ask them, what are you doing with all of this extra money? And the answer really will be obvious, because if you listen to them long enough, what they're doing is all this hyper spending, creating new debt, and digging a hole deeper and deeper. And that's a problem. So you got to change your mindset on this, because there are people who get a side hustle and use that extra money to pay off their bills, to get out of debt, to save money, increase their financial portfolio, have an emergency cushion money, and people do that, and it can be done. But in order to do that, you got to change your mindset and have a purpose for working this extra job. And then once your finances get to where it needs to get, and you master the skills of budgeting and living below your means, then you can no longer need that second job. So again, the focus of this lecture is don't get a side hustle job just to continue to be in debt or to create new debt. You're defeating the purpose. You really are. So with that being said, that's all I have on this topic. Don't forget to mark your calendar for July 27th. At 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to do another relational live stream lecture on full copy edit. That's all I have. Simple fidelity, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience.